Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make some Scrappy strip cards using some of the designer series paper that comes free with a £45 order in Saleabration. So here are two cards I've made. This one is with a beautifully penned designer series paper, which is here on page 7 of the Saleabration brochure, and it has 3 designs that are double-sided and you get 4 of each one. So you get 4 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 of those, 4 of those, and 4 of those. And really good to colour with a brayer, with a sponge, with blending brushes, with blends, with Stampin' white markers, watercolour pencils, all sorts, blender pens. You can colour them with all sorts. So that's that one, free with a £45 order there. So that's the card I've done, and I've also used the Flowers of Friendship stamp and the punch from the annual catalogue. The second, that's Polished Pink, one of our new in colours, and I've used the Ornate Daisy embossing folder on it as well. This one is using the Peaceful Deer stamp set from the mini catalogue, and you can see the papers here on page 8 of the Saleabration brochure. Really lovely papers. So you get 6 double-sided designs. One there with the deer that you can use the punch on that as well, and then checked on the other side. Sahara sand, or it might be grey granite, I'm not sure, probably grey granite actually. Another grey granite with white, and that's got some real red in it with some diagonal stripes. Garden green with snowflakes and with sort of a fir branch sort of imprint on the back. Real red and black with white snowflakes and a red and black check on the back. And then Christmas trees, black and green on garden green with a spotty design on the back. So those are those ones. And then what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use the Penguin Playmates designer series paper, which is on page 4. Really fabulous paper this, because 3 of the pieces have a smaller design of the animals, which you could cut out, and that's the back, that's the other side of that one. Here's the second one, and that's the other side is fresh freesia, and there are the little characters. And here's the third one, where you've got some trees as a background, and then you've got the smaller characters. Then you've got the larger characters, so there's a misty moonlight background to this one, and you can cut these out, and you've got a lot of characters here. Lovely bear and a striped background there. And then you've got this one where you've got a bear, a fox and a penguin, and you can use the punch that goes in this bundle to punch out that penguin. And there's the back there for you. So that's the Penguin Playmates designer series paper, and I'm going to be using some of that. So those are the 2 cards I've already made. So if I just, this was the original card that I did last year. I was just sorting through my Christmas cards from last year, came across it and just thought, oh, I'd really like to do that again with the new designer series paper. So if you're lacking inspiration, just look through some of what you did last year or the year before, dig out a few favourites that you've still got, and just redo them with different designer series paper. So here I've got a fresh freesia card base, and that's the normal size. It's scored at 4 1/8, so it's 5 7/8 that length and 4 1/8 there. And then I've got Just Jade background, which is cut at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. And then basically I've got 5 strips of designer series paper, which are cut to 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches. Now I've discovered you can actually take 3 of these in one go, probably not more than 3. But I'm going to use the Build-A-Banner punch, and I'm going to use this one here. So I always turn this punch upside down. So I'm putting in my 3 pieces of my 3 designer series paper strips, and just eyeballing it and punching, turning it round and putting it in, and making sure it's reasonably straight, and then punching like that. So I've got some done there. I'm just going to take these 2. Really fantastic way this of using up scraps of designer series paper. That one there, and then just one more here. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to stick them down. You'll see in a minute. I'll just get rid of my my bits to clear my workspace. And here's my base, and I'm going to get my silicone mat because it's always useful to have a silicone mat when you're gluing pieces down. So the first thing is to arrange how you would like them to be. So I'm probably going to do them like that. And then I'm going to get my Tombow and I'm going to start sticking them down, but they're going to be at different heights. So just put a little bit of Tombow on the back, and this one doesn't really matter how you put them on, but it looks more interesting if you vary the heights. So I'm going to bring that one down a bit. Then I want this one in the middle. And because I don't want the colours to be totally symmetrical, I've decided to use this one again and not have it at the end because I think it looks a bit better like that. And then one more here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run it through the cut and emboss machine. In the annual catalogue there's a really nice set of 3D embossing folders which will go through the mini cut and emboss machine as well as the big one. Wintry's 3D embossing folders. So you've got one with fir branches, and the one I'm going to use today is this one with the snowflakes. So I actually used the fir branch one on that card. You might just see the fir branches embossed behind. So although this is 3 3/4 wide, to be honest, I don't think I'll just check I've got this the right way round, because you need to I need it that way because I want the raised bit to push through to make the pattern. I don't think it really notices, but in fact I could run it through this one because the pattern's all over the place. I can run it through once like that and then move it across and just do that edge. So bear with me while I just go and do that. So I'm just running it through once, and then I'm just going to adjust it so that I've just got the edge there. And I'm running it through again. Can just fit it on, which is nice. And it'll be interesting to see whether you can notice the difference, whether you can see the join. Not really. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick this on with my Stampin' seal, which I find is really good when you've embossed. I think I might just be running out, but we'll see. No, I'm okay. I've got a bit left there. So I'm going to put that on like so. And then I'm going to put this on, which I've already embossed actually with an embossing folder that we had last year, which was lovely with snowflakes on. Then I'm going to actually put dimensionals on the back of the two penguins that I've already cut out from the designer series paper. So I'm just going to put one there, one there. I love dimensionals, they're so quick and easy, and the Stampin' Up ones, I just find the backs are really easy to take off. So I'm going to put that one. This is really like a friendship one, isn't it, this card? So I haven't actually, let me just see if I can find, so I've got two snowflakes here, which are from the Snowflake Wishes. This was a bundle last year, but now it's two separate items, if I remember correctly. It's in the annual catalogue. There's so many snowflakes dies. Those are the ones I got the two snowflakes from. But actually, it's got a stamp here, Our Friendship is One of a Kind, and I might use that stamp, I think, to do. So I'm just going to put some Tombow. I could have used a glue dot, I suppose, if I wanted to, but that'll be okay, like that. Got rather a lot of glue on there, but it will be okay, because I'll probably put a gem on there just to cover up all the extra glue, and then there's a bit of extra glue there, but actually I probably need to move that over, particularly if I'm going to fit Friendship is One of a Kind. It might be a little bit too large to fit on here. Let's see, I might have to move that over a little bit. I think I'll be okay if I just quickly find a piece of cardstock that will fit that. And I keep a little pack of cardstock ready for situations like this. So there we go. So I'm going to actually do it in Misty Moonlight. So I think that will go really well. And I'm going to stamp it first and then I'll trim it down. I'll do it as near to the top as I can. And then I'm just going to trim it down. If I can find my trimmer, which is here. And so the track, let me just, what I love about this trimmer is that you can really get it straight against the top, which is fantastic. A little bit more that way. That's better. Okay, that's perfect. And then actually, do you know what? I think I'll use, I just love this punch. I use it all the time. It's so convenient. I'm going to do the divided end, or fishtail end. I don't know what one would call it really. It's a little bit uneven. No, I think that's okay. I can do it like that, but I'm going to do it like this as well. I'm going to do the other end too. So let's see. That looks okay to me. And what I might have to do, I think, is pick the snowflake off and put that on there on dimensionals. So I hope that if you've got some of this Saleabration paper, you'll have a go at one of these cards and use it up. If you don't lose it, you'll lose it, is what they say. I don't know if that applies to designer series paper, but anyway. And then I'm just going to stick that. In fact, I'll probably put it on a mini dimensional, I think. So I'll just find one of those here. And hopefully that won't show too much, but it will just lift it up a little bit, which will be a good thing, I think. So if I just put it there, hopefully it won't get knocked on the side there. So there we go. So there's my finished card with the penguins. Our friendship is one of a kind. So I think they are really cute. Those are from 2 different designer series paper. So let's just go back over what else I did. So if I start off with, that's the card that I found and decided I wanted to case using the designer series paper from the Saleabration brochure. The first card I made was that one with the beautifully penned designer paper, which is black and white, but I coloured some of it with the polished pink blends marker and pale papaya and used this stamp set for the flowers. And then I added some of the in colour ribbon as well. And then I made this one, which is with the deer stamp set from the mini catalogue. And this is actually from a retired stamp set from last year. Some of this gold ribbon, this is available in the mini catalogue, and that's a sentiment from this stamp set. And then that's the one I've just made for you today. So I hope that you've enjoyed this short video. Have a good day. Until next time, goodbye.